Hello, my name is Kelu. When you have seen my previous video, then you probably might already know that my family got a double-decker Van Hool bus and that we're building it into a motor home. And today's video is going to be an update how we're doing, and it's going to be mostly about taking out glass windows. And why? Because as you know, a large area in the bus is under the windows, and we want to keep the budget lower. We want to reuse those windows, and we want to use um, parts of the bus and the materials of the bus as much as possible when we're rebuilding it. And it was very important for us to get those windows out all in one piece and not to break anything. um, Unfortunately, we did break one, and it was the large window on the second floor, the emergency exit, ironically. And the reason why it happened was probably because we applied too much tension on this window and it just shattered, and then we had to kick it in. Well, yeah, we lost one, but the other windows are good, and the only windows that are still attached to the bus are the front windows, both the large front window in the first floor and the window on the second floor, and also the window on the back of the second floor, and some smaller windows where the driver's seat usually is. And before we can take those off, we thought that we have to place some beams, temporary beams, into the bus so that the bus wouldn't use its like, how you call it, so that it would be stronger and it wouldn't shake too much and lose the shape, it wouldn't be so, I don't know, wobbly. Actually, it's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So we probably need to do that. But when you're taking out the window, then first of all, inside you can see that the first layer is a beautiful rubber sealing that's all over the window and makes the window look nice for the passengers. When you get rid of that, then you can see that underneath of that rubber sealing there's this aluminum frame, maybe it's the wrong word, but aluminum material that goes all over the window like that. Then you have to just peel it off very nicely, but it's very strongly attached, so if you're applying too much force, it can happen that the window breaks. And this is what happened to us probably. And also when you're trying to, I don't know, screw through the metal, sometimes you need to do that, or through the materials, I mean, then, or hit through the materials to break them, then you can also hit the glass, and that can make it unstable and can also break. Anyway, and outside, when there are window frames, or the beams that keep the windows together are also covered with a metal plate, and you need to like peel it off before you can start removing the windows. Once you've made sure what you have to do, then and after you have gotten rid of the rubber sealing and the aluminum material, then you can actually get closer to the glass, and then you can use the wire saw to saw through the silicone, and after that you can just push the window out. So that's the maybe the easiest explanation, but it comes out that you can't really push it out because it's still very tightly attached to the frame of the bus, and then you have to find other ways how to start moving the glass. One idea is to just kind of move it back and forth, but then it happens that you might bend the glass and apply too much force on it and it can still break. One helpful tip that we found was to hammer the glass a little bit, but then we had to make sure that we were hammering on the silicone part still, not on the glass itself, and we couldn't hammer onto the corners of the glass because that also makes the glass very fragile. So near the corners and like kind of all over the near the frame, so that it would start just slowly moving outwards. And then with the first floor, we took it this way, that we pushed the window out and then we just took it from the outside and we took it away, and it was fine. But upstairs we discovered that actually it's like 2 meters high. um, you can't just take the window and just like, oh, I'm going away. And then you had to figure out how to get the window inside of the bus and then from there out again. So the first technique that we used was the same as we did with the first floor. We pull it out and then lift it back in. It was quite heavy. I couldn't do it myself. I even hardly could move the glass, unfortunately, so I could just only hold it in place when I was told to do so. But then later we discovered that if we push the window out and then move it a little bit and then pull it back in like that, then it worked very well. So this is what we started practicing then, and we were successful. No other windows broke after that. And so this is basically it, how we got the windows out. Now I hope that this was interesting for you, and if you have any questions, any tips, comments, ideas that you would like to share with us, then please write them into the comments down below. I would be very happy to read them and maybe make some adjustments for the future. Maybe your tips going to be helpful to us, especially in taking out those huge windows, these heavy ones. If the larger windows on the side of the buses were about 35 kilos, and these big ones, they're gonna be, I don't know, 60 or maybe more, so it's gonna be a hassle, but we hope to keep them so that we could reuse them in the future. Yeah, put them back in when we have fixed the frame. So fingers crossed. But anyway, I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you like this video, and you're welcome back to see the next videos how we are doing with this bus. So happy new year, and I hope to see you again.